Pause.
What happens when the fundamental rules that govern our physical planet, our biology, and our very idea of intelligence are all being rewritten at the exact same time?
You know, to really understand where we're going, we first have to grasp the stage on which all of this will play out. And that stage, it has hard physical limits. Limits we can't negotiate our way out of anymore. By the year 2050, this fraction of humanity will be living with water scarcity. And look, this isn't some wild guess. According to the UN, it's just basic math based on how much we consume and how our population is growing. For 2 out of every 3 people on this planet, a lack of water is going to be a defining part of life.
But here's the thing, that risk isn't spread out equally, not at all. For entire regions like the Middle East and North Africa, the projection is stark. By 2050, 100% of the people there will be living under extreme water stress. And this isn't just about being thirsty. This is about food, it's about energy, and it's about stability.
And the crisis goes deeper than just what we consume. It's about the fundamental systems of the Earth itself hitting irreversible thresholds. We're not talking about slow, gradual warming anymore. We're talking about tipping points.
Think of these less as separate events and more like a chain reaction. The ice melting in Greenland dumps fresh water into the Atlantic, and that changes the ocean currents that regulate weather around the globe. That slowdown could then trigger a drought in the Amazon and mess with the monsoons that billions of people in Asia rely on to grow their food. Each domino we knock over makes the next one more likely to fall.
So what's the human cost of all this? It's this number. The World Bank projects that by 2050, 216 million people will be forced to move inside their own countries because of these climate pressures. We're not talking about a border crisis. This is a massive internal displacement on a scale we've never seen before.
So as our physical world is being destabilized, we're simultaneously getting the power to rewrite the 2 codes that really define our existence: the code of life and the code of intelligence.
For the first time in human history, we are shifting from just observing life to actually programming it. And at the same time, we're shifting from just augmenting our own intelligence to creating a new one altogether. These 2 revolutions are happening side by side, and they're speeding up.
Take CRISPR. You can think of it as molecular scissors that let us edit DNA, but its potential goes way beyond just curing genetic diseases. We're talking about the ability to design crops that can survive a drought, to design cells that hunt down cancer, and yes, eventually, to redesign the human genome itself. We are on the verge of making biology programmable.
But the biggest danger here isn't a lab accident. It's much simpler. It's that access to these upgrades will be determined by who can afford them. This could create a society split, not just by money, but by genetics. An inequality that's biological, that's passed down through generations, and that could become permanent.
And at the very same moment we are programming life, we're building a new form of intelligence. The whole public debate around artificial general intelligence, or AGI, tends to focus on job loss. But frankly, that's a distraction from the real, much more critical risk.
The threat isn't really unemployment, it's existential. The challenge is what researchers call alignment, making absolutely sure that a superintelligence's goals are perfectly aligned with human survival. And if we fail to solve that problem before AGI gets here, the chances of a catastrophe, according to experts like Paul Cristiano, are just unacceptably high.
Okay, so let's connect the dots here. An unstable planet, technology that's disrupting the very definition of life and intelligence. A world this volatile creates a powerful demand for new systems of order and control. And those systems, they are being built right now.
This isn't some fringe idea. It's a quiet, coordinated, and global transformation of money itself. 93% of the world's central banks are already exploring or building central bank digital currencies.
Now, the key innovation of a CBDC isn't that it's digital, we have digital money. It's that it can be programmable. This means the authority that issues the money can set rules for how it's used. Rules about where you can spend it, what you can buy with it, and even whether it expires.
And that programmability leads to a profound consequence: the end of financial privacy. Every single transaction could become transparent to the issuer. In an unstable world, the temptation to use programmable money to enforce social compliance, to censor people or restrict certain activities, becomes an enormous and very direct risk to individual liberty. So you see, these aren't separate futures.
The crisis on our planet, the rewriting of biology and intelligence, and this new architecture of control, they are not independent trends. They are all converging.
Some experts believe AGI could be here as soon as 2035. We're likely to cross that critical 1.5-degree warming threshold by 2040. By 2050, these forces, planetary, technological, and societal, are on a collision course. That date is no longer some distant, abstract idea. It is the immediate horizon.
Nothing we've discussed is just going to appear overnight, but by 2050, almost everything will work differently. And this future isn't arriving by fate or by accident. It is the direct result of choices being made today.
The new operating systems for our society, our money, our biology, our planet, they're being coded right now. The only real question left is who are they being designed to serve?